We have got a doozy tonight. You are not going to believe this. People have lost millions of dollars in a tiny home scam. Now, as a real estate investor, I've seen some friggin' bad deals, but this is next level deception. So let's break down, what went wrong, spot any red flags, and how you can use that to protect yourself from real estate fraud. So trust me, you're not going to want to miss this one.
It's a warm November day, and I'm sitting outside with Stephanie Bongiorno and Betsy Leary. They hired Multitasker in June 2023 to build their retirement home in Bonita. They gave the company nearly $80,000 up front. That home? Still a dream.
We are now sitting on our daughter-in-law and son's property where...
Dang. Okay, so here's red flag number one. If people want that big of a upfront investment, I mean, whether you're flipping a house, a lot of contractors will ask for a deposit. Not gonna happen, bro. Not gonna do it, because they're gonna take your money and they're just gonna run. Not everybody, but most likely it is. So once they get your money, that's gonna be hard to get back.
That ADU should be just about finished.
This would be our living room. Welcome to my living room.
How does it make you feel?
Primarily embarrassed.
As you can see, there's still green grass where the tiny homes should be.
Believe it or not, had us pick out our flooring, our cabinets, our hardware, our shower, all the finishes, as if it was imminently about to happen when nobody was working on the project.
More than 100 people are suing Multitasker and 10 different lenders who worked with the company. They allege in several different lawsuits that Multitasker, in most instances, didn't build the ADUs or started but didn't finish the job.
Yeah, so that is right there. So it's a construction company. And guess what? They didn't stay on budget and they didn't stay on timeline. Weird. Always, especially now, there's so many prefabbed homes that I think you could just go out and pay for something and then get the product immediately. If they're asking, you got to put all this money down, then you're going to wait for this long, then we're going to come in. I wouldn't trust it, or I would ask around and see if these people actually perform.
Finish the job. The couple are not part of the 10 civil lawsuits, but they are among dozens of other customers Team 10 found who also say they lost money with Multitasker. The couple came to Southern California to be with a special little girl.
We moved here from the East Coast to be a part of our one and only grandchild's life. She's 5.5. She's so excited about the little house.
They have been sleeping in the guest room of the main home with their dogs while they waited for Multitasker to build their tiny home.
What's it gonna be like when you have to tell her you can't live here?
It's gonna break her heart. She's gonna cry, and we're gonna cry.
ADUs are small residential units on a home site. They have become extremely popular because of California's housing crisis. The legislature...
Okay, so yeah, they're calling it a tiny home. It's actually an accessory dwelling unit. And California opened up some laws to where it made it easier for people to come in and build on their own land. So, like he's about to say, to solve the housing crisis. But lo and behold, some dickheads get involved and try to just take people's money straight up, just offer to do a service and then just jack their money. Classic contractor move.
Passed a law to encourage the building of these tiny homes.
Welcome to Multitasker. I'm Joe Frosto, CEO and founder of Multitasker.
That same year, Multitasker
Oh, there he is.
was launched in Chula Vista. The company, under CEO Joe Frosto, promoted itself as a one-stop shop for ADU solutions. The company promised to build affordable tiny homes in backyards and help customers get personal loans from a group of lenders if they couldn't pay cash up front. The company last year went out of business. Despite that, Multitasker got millions of dollars from cash payments or the loans that customers took out. This before the work even started. Many customers now are on the hook for repayment of those loans. Multitasker and CEO Joe Frosto
Oh
in
my
civil court
gosh.
filings denied numerous allegations that include fraud.
Joe Frosto? Just right there. He'd be like, "Hi, I'm Joe Frosto." Nope, not going to do it. Your name's Joe Frosto? Frosto Flakes? Frosto flaked. Frosto flaked on everything. God.
That include fraud, conspiracy, and elder abuse. The company also denied any damages occurred, and services were in conformity with contractual obligations. Further, unnamed third parties were to blame if there were damages. We tried to reach Frosto for comment. We knocked on his door, called him, and sent a registered letter to his house. All efforts were unsuccessful. Meanwhile, most of the lenders either did not comment or respond to Team 10.
2, Mosaic and Dividend said they may refund loans.
No one so far has been charged with a crime, but one lawsuit alleges multitasker employees broke state law by accepting payments that exceeded the value of the work. Stephanie and Betsy say they can't afford a lawyer to be part of those lawsuits after giving so much of their savings to Multitasker. They are not alone. HPP Cares, a nonprofit in Long Beach, tells Team 10 it is giving free help to dozens of people who lost money with Multitasker.
That's crazy. So, I mean, and he mentioned it went out of business before he collected all this money. So this dude is just like a startup. He's probably a serial startup guy, and he has another company already out that's similar to this one, and they just get all this money, claim bankruptcy, everybody's out, he just hides it, people forget about it, then he starts up another company, does the same thing. Scammer all the way around. I bet you if you look into his past, he's involved in other fraud and scams.
That group believes the losses could be far worse than the $15 million stated in the lawsuits.
I've surmised that it's probably up to $48 million.
Good God, Frausto.
Based off of the 164 victims that we have been in contact with.
Meet Catherine Peoples. She runs HPP Cares, which is devoted to helping people with housing issues. In 2021, the state began offering grants for ADUs. Her organization helps people get that money. She said HPP Cares got involved after Multitasker didn't build homes for two of their clients who had grants. Her organization is now helping people file complaints with regulators and law enforcement.
It takes so long to get any sort of outcome from this, though, which sucks. So these people are going to be in court for a long time. This guy took the money and ran. Who knows if he's ever going to get like some sort of repercussion from this.
At least 11 complaints were filed in October against Multitasker with the State Contractors Board. That agency has suspended the contractor license of Multitasker. A spokeswoman told Team 10 an investigation is ongoing and the company could face civil charges.
You've got to have numbers. In scenarios like this, if no one files, then they will continue to be able to run this gamut that they've been running. If people file their complaints, then it begins to raise lights and red flags.
The San Diego County.
Yep. Yeah. No one wants to be in court, but she's totally right. Like, you have to have some sort of retaliation, some sort of action. Otherwise, this guy, he's just going to keep doing
District Attorney, California Attorney General, and FBI told Team 10 they could not comment or confirm any potential.
Perfect. There's your government protecting you.
Investigations. People said consumers wanting to build an ADU should work with groups like hers. That's because the services such as getting a feasibility study is free. She also advises ADU buyers to visit their local city hall and meet with the building and
it's just like anything. Like, you can't just go into this blind. If you're going to do some sort of ground up construction, which is exactly what this is, you need to talk to people who have done it before. What process did you take? Go down to the department, the building and safety department. Make sure you're allowed to have the ADU. I think people just watch the news. They're like, honey, they said that we can start building ADUs here. That's great. Okay, just order one off the internet and let's put it in the backyard. Well, there's going to be a lot of stipulations and a lot of permitting and, everyone up your rump to get this thing done. So you want to make sure all that is, you got the go ahead from everybody before you even pick one out.
Safety department. Next, she says go to a credit union, which typically offers the lowest interest rates for loans. Then use a managed escrow company. That will make sure a tiny home will get built and completed before money is dispersed to the
Boom. That's the biggest thing. This lady is kicking butt, because that right there is the biggest thing. Make sure somebody else is holding the cash. So it's like, dude, finish the work first and then I'm going to pay you. Well, like, what in what world do I pay you first and then you do the work? Because once you're already paid, you're in your mind, the job is done, except there's nothing to show for it.
That didn't happen with Multitasker.
That was the biggest problem. It went directly into the business bank account, and then went wherever it went.
Stephanie and Betsy told me they have contacted the FBI and Attorney General's offices. They also are getting ready to leave the guest room for a nearby manufactured home. That, at least, will keep...
There we go. Way to go, ladies. You're going to the mobiles. That's what I like to hear. Mobiles for the win again, you guys. Mobiles for the win again.
Close to their granddaughter. With photojournalist Amal Brown, I'm Craig Harris, Team 10.
Craig, good job, buddy. Yeah, so lots of red flags there. The guy's name is Frosto. Number one, don't trust him. Never trust a Frosto. Okay, just straight up. Just, I'm sorry, I got to do a hard and fast rule. Anyone named Frosto, you're out. You're not being trusted with money. Number two, paying for things, especially that amount up front before you get any sort of product. Never do that. No research. So a lot of these people, I feel like, did no research, one, into the company, and two, into the actual, I guess, scenario where that, what's it actually going to take, and working with the city to get this ADU into the back of their kids in the back of their children's house. So all of this could have been avoided. Obviously, the scammers are out there. They're preying on these people who have a dream and they want to get it done. He probably had a really cool like PowerPoint. He's probably really charismatic, but you got to be looking out for these scams. And this is just another one where hopefully this guy gets it in the end, and at least they named him, so you know to look out for any Frosto out there. But if you guys like these kind of videos, these reaction videos going over real estate scams and how to protect yourself, give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below, what did you think? Were they the dumbasses for trusting this guy? Was that guy just out there doing his job and doing a business, got in over his head? What do you think? I'd love to know. Comment down below. I'll see you guys on the next one.